Some big news to cover, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea News Blitz is back again on the other side of the coin. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Some big news to go through: contract extensions, some injury concerns, perhaps some information about Dennis Zakaria, and it could be quite exciting. What I'm about to sort of discuss with you guys. I want to really hear what you guys have to say about this as well. Let's get straight stuck into it, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, 6-year contract for Armando Broja. We did the video for the preview of the West Ham game, and this news literally happened while I was recording that. So I couldn't exactly cover that, but I did say that I expect and I want Armando Broja to start today against West Ham. And look, regardless of that situation, 6-year contract for Armando Broja gives me the feel, the vibe that we truly believe in this particular player. I mean, no way you're giving a 6-year contract and then we're looking to offload him, let's say next summer. We could have done this season because his contract was what, a five-year contract. So he was on he still had 4 years to go. So now we've given him a total of 6. So we've extended it out for 2 more seasons, and we've probably given him a bumper sort of wages as well. I don't know what the wages would be, but I'm guessing somewhere near to at least 100K, because yeah, I mean, we've tied him down for long term. I'm lost for words, really, just thinking about it. It's the club I've dreamed of playing for my whole life, the club that I support and the club that I love. I've been here since I was a boy, so it's a surreal feeling for me and my family. Wonderful news. Look, there's not many big-time strikers in the market at the moment. The number 9, it feels like it's a dying breed. Karim Benzema pops up in my mind, obviously Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Aubameyang, but there's not many. Erling Haaland, how can we forget Erling Haaland? But there's not many genuinely world-class, up-and-coming, superstars in that position. I feel like Armando Broja could be one down the track. He's done fairly well, as we've already covered previously in Southampton. Yes, later on in the season sort of died off, but then again, the whole Southampton team that kind of died off. But he's got the skill set. He's got that burst of pace. He's got that physicality about him. I feel like he can get stuck in. I feel like he can perhaps be that Diego Costa kind of mold of a player for us. I know this is a big sort of statement to say, him matching up with Diego Costa. It's a long way to go, but it's something he could possibly emulate. That's what I'm thinking. Tuchel wanted him to stay. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Look, I'm hoping Thomas Tuchel now, ladies and gentlemen, truly utilizes this player. No point in giving him 6-year contract, a fresh new contract when he still had 4 years to go. 6-year contract now, tying him down till 2028. No point in just wasting him in the bench. Let's use him. This is a position that no one has taken control of. Kai Havertz had the opportunity, but he's not really tied it down. And I don't want to continue playing Sterling over there as a false 9. I feel like let's try this number 9 scenario. Look at the way Man City play with Erling Haaland. They've got proper technicians in and around Haaland, feeding him consistently. If we have our players understand Broja also understanding them, and if we consistently try and look for Broja and try and feed him, that's the only way we're going to make this player better and better. All Broja needs to do is occupy the space and get the attention of the 2 CBs. When our midfielders get the ball, look for runs. The issue is our midfielders are clueless when it comes to finding those balls, on a regular basis. Even the inside forwards are the ones that, when Broja is occupying that space with the CBs, the inside forward's got to look for him, and he's got to make those runs as well, those starting runs, much like the way Haaland does. So look, there's a lot of things that we can do, and it's just can we utilize him? That's the thing, and I hope Thomas Tuchel finds a way to utilize him. That's the bottom line. This is good news, though. However, breaking, ladies and gentlemen, Reece James is close to signing a new contract at Chelsea and is expected to be completed within days. This is from Tom Roddy, football reporter, The Times and the Sunday Times. Look, for me, Reece James, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest player for us. I'm not even lying. 100% the biggest and the baddest and the most exciting product that has come out from La Cobham Academy. In the current sort of bunch of players that we have. I'm not talking about ever. Like, obviously, John Terry is up there. John Terry is probably the number one. But Reece James, creative hub, scoring, bulldozer, defensive stronghold as well. He's got it all. He is probably worth in this market in excess of 100 mil, probably close to 150 mil. This guy is touted by Man City, Real Madrid. When those teams are coming after you, there is something special about you. This is the creme de la creme of La Cobham. He is the biggest superstar right now for me in our football club. When this guy is not playing, we are not the same. We are simply not the same. His brute force in defense, his ability to be creative with his crosses, his ability to hone in the box and score goals, sensational, man, sensational. For me, he's a complete package. He's far more complete than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, Trent Alexander-Arnold's probably a lot more, he's got more, artilleries in him in terms of attacking prowess, but this guy defensively absolutely outdoes him. Look, lock him down. Long-term contract. If you're giving Broja 6 years, give this man 10 years. Lock him down immediately at Chelsea Football Club. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, if he ever leaves, we better make at least 200 to 250 million. Like, that's the kind of player. I'm not even joking. $250 million is what, if he ever leaves, like if he ever has an aspiration to go somewhere else. Down the track, obviously not now. I wouldn't want that to happen. But if ever down the track, 5, 6, 7 years down the track, he's still going to be quite young. I don't know. What's his age at the moment? Reece James. I think he's probably, 22? 22. Do you know what I mean? Like 6 years later, he's going to be 28. He's probably hitting his prime. If he's thinking about leaving at that time to one of the super clubs, let's say, mate, $250 million. This is good. I want us to lock him down, and I think he wants to be locked down as well. At Chelsea, he's a future captain for me. He really is. For me, he's captain material, leader material. And I picture, the players of this era, this generation, look up to players like Didier Drogba and so on and so forth when they're talking about Chelsea and when they're coming into Chelsea. I think the future players will be talking about Reece James. That's the reason why they've joined Chelsea Football Club. Fantastic. Sensational. Okay, next up. Tuchel on Zakaria. He can play in a back four as a CB, a back three as a CB, and he can play both positions in midfield, and he can even play at wing back. I don't want to see that. I don't want him to see in wing back because he's fast enough. I get it. He's fast enough, but let's not utilize him in wing back. I think he's far more suited to be in the middle or as a CB, as Thomas Tuchel said, because his defensive prowess is far more better than his attacking prowess. Tuchel, I think, giving the risks you mentioned with Saul, he has a bit more positions to play in and a bit more of a physical profile, hopefully. So a lot of people are talking about the Saul situation, him coming in the final day, much like Dennis Zakaria, but Tuchel saying, look, he fits our profile a little bit more. He's a lot more versatile. He can play many positions and he's a lot more physical. Now, here's the thing about Dennis Zakaria. I get the feeling maybe, we'll see down the track, the fact that he can play DM and the fact that he could possibly play CB as well, I think, and hear me out, and I want to really would love to see where you guys comment on this. This player could potentially allow us to go back four, and I'll tell you why. 2 CBs, him in the DM, off the ball, CBs will go wide, and he'll just drop in. Sorry, with the ball, CBs will go wide, and he'll drop in the middle, making it a 3, and that's how we can build up. Off the ball as well, Similarly, off the ball, with the ball, he could potentially split those two CBs and become that third CB in the middle and then drive from the middle as well, much like that Marquinhos situation in PSG. So with the ball as well, allowing the CBs to be wide, him coming in and taking the ball up and driving with it, and then passing it to whoever it needs to go to. Simple, keep it very simple. Lay it off to the midfielders, the eights, and then off the ball, he can also come in and protect the back too, and he can be lateral as well. I think this particular player could give us the flexibility to go to a back four. So yeah, we need that. We need that. That tactical flexibility is very, very important. Let me know how you think about this Dennis Zakaria situation. It could potentially give us that edge, which is going to be quite good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up with this news. This news scares me. This news tells me this transformation that our team has gone through in the summer window is not over yet. There's a lot of work still needs to happen. And this is why Tuchel says that Kovacic was on the edge of surgery on his knee in the last few weeks and hopes he doesn't have to have one. This scares me, man. This is coming from Nizar Kinsella. It's not transfer news, so you can trust Nizar on this situation. Kovacic on the edge of having surgery, and he's hoping that he doesn't need one, which scares me because it's probably gonna end up happening because this guy is injury prone. He really is. He's so good for us. We need him badly. We need him to start against West Ham. And in fact, we need him to start against every other team. When he's not around in midfield, it's not nice. He's probably one of the very few midfielders that we have that looks for that progressive pass on a regular basis, has that ability to drive from midfield, break open the opposition, and create stuff as well. I wish he just had the shooting boots, and I wish he created a lot more, but he has that in him. He's got it in his locker. This scares me. It really does. It makes me think that midfield needs a proper revamp. Next summer, it's got to be all about the midfield. It really does. Tuchel, suddenly we thought, do we have enough midfield? Oh, really? It just baffles me that Tuchel, he acts as if he had no idea that Kante is not injury prone. Kovacic is not injury prone. Jorginho is the only one in our team that can play the way he does in terms of ball retention, ball possession-based style. Someone who's got that vision from that deep, being able to control tempo. We don't have another Jorginho. But at the same time, Jorginho himself is flawed. We've uncovered that. We've talked about that. Physically, he's flawed. Pace, power, he's flawed. But in terms of ball retention, ball progression, tempo, controlling midfield, we need to find another midfielder that's capable of doing all of that. And now with this situation with Kovacic, I am worried. If this guy is injured, again, he's probably going to need surgery. And if it's a surgery, God forbid, we are going to be short again in midfield, and that's going to be the Achilles heel for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about everything we've gone through. Armando Broja, long-term contract. Hopefully, Reece James, long-term contract coming up as well, which is two great news for us. Really want to see Armando Broja get a good stretch of games now. Even if he doesn't perform to the utmost level, we need to persevere with him. Unfortunately, some fans may not like it that, we need to win. Yes, of course we need to win, but let's try and see what we can make out of Armando Broja, because he could turn out to be an explosive striker for us, and we need it badly. With Aubameyang not ready as yet, I think this is a good chance to give a stretch of games to Armando Broja. Reece James, let me know. For me, future captain. For me, he's the creme de la creme. For me, he's the number one Chelsea player right now. Kovacic, Dennis Zakaria, the tactical flexibility. Let me know how you feel about that. And Kovacic, the midfield situation. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. We're now chasing towards 17,000 subscribers. And also, if you want to comment through Super Thanks is much like Super Chat. If you want to comment through that, I'll do my level best to reply to those comments and prioritize them. Please do that if you want to. Until next time, see you.